One of the biggest disappointments to come from Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was the removal of abilities. We've become so used to this mechanic, and then Game Freak just took it from us to give us a more basic Gen 1 style battle system. Yeah, not too many people were thrilled with that. But rejoice! Because Pokemon Sword and Shield will be a return to form for the Pokemon series, which means abilities are coming back. This is awesome because I love abilities. They brought a whole new level of strategy to Pokemon battles when they were first introduced. And it's also cool to see how a lot of them reflect actual Pokemon characteristics. But have you ever noticed how some abilities just make no sense? If you haven't, then today's your lucky day, because we're going to go over just that. I'll let my special guest take the floor for this one.
What's going on, LUMIOSE trainers? I'm MysticUmbreon, and in this video I'll be joining Zach to talk about Pokemon that we believe were given the wrong abilities. But it's not just that. Oh no. We will also be giving these Pokemon abilities that we think suit them better and make a lot more sense. So we hope you're ready.
This is actually the second of a two-part collab, so make sure you head over to Mystic's channel for part 1 when you get the chance. Anyways, enough with the intros. Mystic, why don't you get us started off by talking about Ludicolo?
Who remembers this dancing diva Ludicolo, the Mirror Bee Pokemon dancing king in Pokemon Colosseum? When you hear that Mirror Bee dancing music, all you think of is dancing. I can't be the only one that thinks that. I do know that Dancer was not an ability until Generation 7, but imagine if Dancer was Ludicolo's ability during the battle with Mirror Bee. If we got a Pokemon Colosseum remake, they should totally make a regional variant form of Ludicolo and Ore with the Dancer ability, or even just the Mirror Bee one exclusive. Mirror Bee was such a staple in the Colosseum series that I think Ludicolo should get the Dancer ability just because of that. For crying out loud, Rain Dish doesn't make as much sense as Dancer does for Ludicolo.
Next up, we have Luxora. Its main abilities are Rivalry and Intimidate, and although these are alright, we believe that it doesn't accurately portray what Luxray is all about. This Pokemon is known for its X-ray vision, so wouldn't it make more sense to have an ability that reflected that? We believe Luxray will be better off if it had an ability that has to do with improved accuracy. So Compound Eyes is a perfect fit. This ability actually increases your accuracy and it makes total sense. If you have X-ray vision, then you actually have a better advantage because you can see everything. Keen Eyes is another possible option, which prevents your accuracy from being lowered. And I mean, duh. If you have the power to see through things, then obviously getting your vision obstructed by sand, smoke, or literally anything shouldn't be a problem for you.
Golisopod is pretty intimidating, am I right? Its pre-evolution Wimpod, however, is the exact opposite. In fact, it even has the ability Wimp Out to even further the stereotype that it's a cowardly type Pokemon. You know what ability Golisopod has? Emergency Exit. This ability causes the Pokemon to switch out after 50% of its HP is taken. I mean, sure, that's a cool ability for safety reasons, but on Golisopod? Would such a scary looking Pokemon truly want to withdraw from the fight? Judging by how fearsome looking it is, why don't we give it the ability Intimidate to really scare the pants off Pokemon? I think that ability fits Golisopod a lot more than Emergency Exit does.
Alright, now we move on to two Pokemon, Beedrill and Ariados. Now when you look at these two, what do you think stands out the most? If you're thinking anything other than their huge poisonous stingers, then you're probably just as blind as Game Freak. These Pokemon both have the ability Swarm, and although that's cute, they deserve way better. A big trait these guys have are their stingers, so wouldn't it make more sense that they got an ability that took advantage of that design trait? One that we think perfectly fits them is Poison Touch. This ability gives you a 30% chance of poisoning an opponent if you make physical contact with them. Well, these two bug and poison types would really benefit from them. Think about it, it makes perfect sense to be poisoned if you get hit by one of their stingers. And these are actually their main methods of attacking, so I don't know why it wasn't given to them when the ability was first introduced. Imagine getting stung by a bee or bitten by a spider and not having any side effects. There's a Spider-Man joke in there somewhere. Anyways, moving on.
Spiritomb has some of the most interesting Pokemon lore out of almost all the Pokemon I know. It was formed by 108 spirits due to the mischief and trouble it caused. That's some pretty intriguing stuff, right? My question is, why is its ability Pressure? I seriously don't get it. I understand that it has the aura of a legendary Pokemon and some legendaries have the Pressure ability, but there's an ability that would be way better for Spiritomb, and I think that ability should be Cursed Bodied. Think about it. Spiritomb is cursed. It has a curse on it that has it bound to 108 spirits. The perfect ability for it should easily be Cursed Body. It's also known for doing malicious deeds, so why don't give it the ability to potentially disable an opponent's move? Spiritomb bound to spirits should at least be able to use Cursed Body. That's an ability that should be given to Spiritomb, without a doubt.
And finally, we end this list with the non-levitators. These are Pokemon that are clearly levitating, but don't actually have the levitate ability. It's hilarious, cause there's actually quite a few of them, so we decided to lump them all together for this final slot. Oh look, here comes one right now. Alolan Raichu. Clearly levitating on its tail thanks to its psychic energy, but doesn't actually have the levitate ability. Want some more? Then how about the Magnemite line? This family is 4 times weak to ground, so they would really benefit from this ability, but they don't have it either. I guess to Game Freak they aren't levitating. My bad. Alright, here's a bunch more just to show you that we're not crazy. Shedinja, Shuppet, Beldum and Matang, the Porygon line, the Clink line, the Reuniclus line, Probopass, Comfey, Inkay, Phantom, and Mega Alakazam. All of these are levitating, but they don't actually have the levitate ability. It's ridiculous, especially when some of these could really benefit from it. The ones that definitely got it the worst though is the Gengar line. They had the ability levitate, but lost it in Generation 7, which makes no sense whatsoever cause they're still levitating. It's even more ridiculous when you realize Pokemon like Flygon that don't need it actually have it.
Zach, slow down, dude. We went over that on my channel, remember?
Oh yeah, sorry dude. Got a little carried away there.
No worries at all. If you LUMIOSE trainers want to hear more about Flygon as well as a couple of other Pokemon that aren't in this video, then head over to my channel to see part 1 if you haven't already. We'll see you all there.
Thanks for watching everyone, and special thanks to MysticUmbreon for coming along for the ride. Make sure to live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you all next time.